Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the MLB 2023 playoffs, day 30, and the last one of the playoffs and the baseball season. Where today was played the World Series Game 5, where the Texas Rangers defeated 5-0 the Diamondbacks. They won the series 4-1, won the World Series, won the World Series, and his first World Series title in his history. I remember that 10 years ago they played in two World Series, but they lost both of them. Where this game was a tremendous game. You can see like the other games, like I've told you that the Rangers had an easy game, but not. It was a very close game until the until the seven until the last tier of innings in the game, because the game was a very defensive play, and the both pitchers dominate this game, because the Arizona Diamondbacks had the opportunity to win this game, but they couldn't, because they left nine players in position scores, and they couldn't score because the Arizona Diamondbacks, the starting pitcher Arizona Diamondbacks starting pitcher Zach Gallen was played a tremendous game. He threw for 6.1 innings. He allowed 3 hits, but one 3 hits and one run. But the most one run. But the most important is that he hadn't allowed any hit nor run until the for six consecutive for the fifth inning, where you can see that in the first innings the both teams didn't score any runs, but in the seventh the Texas Rangers took the opportunity and they scored the first run. But the game was very close, but the big difference was in the top of nine, where the Texas Rangers scored 4 runs, and that was enough to win the game 5-0. And here you can see that Texas Rangers have a better team and players and coach that the Arizona Diamondbacks, and that was enough to win the series 4-1. To be honest, I thought that this series will be closer in the number of games to that each team will win, because all the games were close except the game number two. But I think the typing point here was in the game one, where I remember that the Diamondbacks were leading the game. They have the game under control, where they were leading 5-3 in the beginning of the bottom of the night, but the Rangers tied the game and won in extra innings. In the second game, the Arizona Diamondbacks didn't have any problem. This was the only team that this wasn't closer, and the Diamondbacks won this game easily. But in the rest of the game, the no 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 the game three was of course close, where the Texas Rangers were better. In the fourth game, it happened the same that in the second game, but the difference here was that the Texas Rangers had an easy game, because they defined this game in the first 3 innings, where they scored 10 runs, 5 in the second inning, and 5 in the other in the third inning. And today the game was very close until the last 3 innings. So the Texans were the best team in all the World Series, and they deserved all this game. The Corey Seager was the MVP of this series. Remember that is his second World Series title, because he won it with the Los Angeles Dodgers 3 weeks ago in the bubble in the 2020, and he has now the two World Series. And the Texas Rangers, that he won his 4 World Series title. Remember, he won 3 with the San Francisco Giants. So the Texas won. They had an easy game. And we can see that we had a tremendous postseason, because we had a tremendous, an amazing wild card games, amazing divisional series. The two championship series were amazing, where the Texas Rangers and Diamondbacks defeated in 7 games each one to the Astros and the Phillies, and we had a great series, World Series. But I thought that this World Series will be defined in 6 or 7 games. So. About the Texas the Rangers season, they have a tremendous season because remember that 2 years ago they lost more than 100 games, 102 games, and since that day to this day, they spent more than $500 million in players and coaches, and two years later, they could take advantage of that, and they won the title. So they they achieved their goal. For example, in this season, they played a tremendous season because they were fighting all the season against the Astros and Mariners, and in the beginning of the season against the Angels to win this division. Because remember that the Texas Rangers were leading the American League West division for more than 100 years, but in the last week in the last week of the season they lost the leader of this division, and they lost against the Astros Texas. So they play in they play the wild card, but it was better for them because they defeated 2-0 the Tampa Bay Rays in the divisional round. They didn't have any problem, and they defeated 3-0. They sweep the series in the wild card round. They sweep the series in the divisional round. In the American League Championship Series, they defeated in 7 games to the Astros Texas, the last reigning champion, the last World Series champion. And in the World Series, they defeated in 5 games the Diamondbacks. And the most important is that the Texas Rangers were undefeated in the postseason. So, what's next? We'll wait until the last days of March or the first days of April for the MLB 2024 season beginning. So, here's my opinion about last the World Series Game 5, where the Texas Rangers defeated 5-0 the Diamondbacks and won the series for one, and leave his first World Series title in his history. Talk about all the position, that it was a very great position, especially the Championship Series and the Championship Series, because both series were played were played 7 games. The World Series was very close, but the score didn't reflect that. The Diamondbacks, I thought that they could do better, but the Texas Rangers were the best team, and heads up for them. So, see you next video. Gibran.